Alrighty, so adding an aftermarket keyless entry to Magna 2004 VRX. I just wanted to show you the process I've gone through. At the moment it's just all bare wire stuff. I haven't actually installed it properly yet. Just wanted to show you the procedures I've gone through to do this. So you've got the central locking, the keyless entry here from the door, following the color codes. So you've got the blue with the yellow trace and red with yellow trace. I followed that through here to where the keyless entry box is, which is just underneath the dash here, to remove the cover to get access to this box. The workshop manual says that on a sedan it's behind the back seat. I doubt it, but in case it's not here, have a look behind your back seat. So this is a wagon, and so I just wanted to show you it's here. And you've got the same color codes here a few times. So you got, see, red with yellow trace, red with yellow trace, red with yellow trace. There's a few times in here. So you have to use a multimeter to find out which wire here is to up here. So I've got them there connected, and that's the central locking that's going through here. This one here is supposed to be to the boot. I'll explain why I've got that one there connected in a second. This here was just for testing, so I'm going from the earth here, just testing the different connections there, which I'll show you what I was doing here. So you got that's for lock, and that's unlock, and tap it twice, unlock the whole car. Lock, unlock. I don't know why Magna has to unlock twice to do the whole car. So everything is wired now, and the instructions are pretty simple to follow that come with an aftermarket kit. This is the kit that I've got, but pretty much every kit I've ever installed, exactly the same principles. So now you got showing the door there, you got, this is the original keyless entry. And this is the aftermarket one. There it goes. Now with the wiring part, the diagram here shows you got multiple different ways to wire this. Now, so these yellow ones here go to earth. So I've just got them poking into the black wire here for now. I'm going to actually join them to this because there's no point running them to their own earth when this is going to be going to an earth as well. And then that controls, you got the two options there. I'll probably show it better off showing you with something that can point better. Okay, so this one is related to this one. When this one's earthed out and you press a button, it goes here. If you add this to power, then when you lock or unlock, this will send power to that white one. And depending on the wiring diagram, which one you have connected, are you going to have the power connected, or you're going to have the earth connected? And this one here is for power and earth for when you're connecting up your own custom locking system completely, where this car already has this actuator here, so it doesn't matter. So I'm following this pattern here. And so at the moment, because I've got the stereo out, because I've got the hazards connected, I'll explain that to you in a sec. So I've just got the stereo out. I'm just using the stereo harness here for my power and negative at the moment, my positive and negative at the moment. And so all this is white, so the two yellows connect to the earth, and that is what controls the two here. So you got yellow and yellow, and that's for lock and unlock. And same if I was to connect these orange ones to power, then it would be sending power to either one, for if I was going to go for that diagram there for locking unlock, and it then send power or negative down these lines here to control that actuator. So now that's all connected, that's all done. You've got two brown wires that come here, and from the central locking here, from the keyless entry here up, and then to behind the hazards switch, these two here, as you can see they're just poked in at the moment. So, and those two top ones there, the back, this one here is to the two lights at the back, to two indicators at the back, the top one is to the two indicators at the front. And there's two brown wires that come from the keyless entry box that go to there. So when you activate the locking or unlocking, your lights will flash. So that's pretty straightforward there. Now as I do the wiring properly, I'll show you exactly how I've done this, and then putting it all back together as well. So for most of you, I've already shown enough information that you can go by. Pretty much, if I was just showing this here, of that wire there is for unlock and that's for lock, that's all I'd need to know, and I'll be done. You know, I'll be like, yep, sweet as, the rest of it's under control. But for someone else who doesn't know, that's what the rest of this video is for. I'm going to show you how I put it back together. And in case you're wondering why this key is like this, it's got nothing to do with what I'm doing. This is because the key that now works this car belonged to that chamber. The original chamber stuffed up, and I didn't know that I had to change the ECU when I was changing that chamber there. So end result was I had to use the original key for the immobilizer. I just chuck that in, tuck that away, and no longer need that, because this key here doesn't have immobilizer chip in it. So that key just stays tucked away under there all the time. Anyway, so I'll show you from the back of the car. No point showing you from the front of the car, because it's the same deal. So locking the car with the original key fob, unlocking, then locking, and now with the aftermarket key fob, I don't know what does that. After using the original key, it takes a second to kick in with the aftermarket one. So locking and unlocking. Thing about unlocking though, you don't get the same option with the Magna. You have to have the double option for unlocking. For whatever reason, the kit is only unlocking the driver's door, which you can easily enough go, and then the rest of the car's unlocked. To rectify that, with this line here, I could put a relay in between, so the relay is going to send a better earth, because you can see when I unlock it, it doesn't unlock twice. I can lock it, then unlock, and then unlock again. Doesn't unlock the rest of the car, but that does. So it's not a strong enough earth to unlock the car twice, or something like that. I don't really know, but that's neither here or there for what I'm doing here. The point is, it's working with the car. So what that it's only the driver's door. If I wanted to make it, say, the whole setup work properly, I'd put a relay in between this line here to give a better earth for that point there, and that'll fix that problem up. And during this video of me putting it all back together and doing the wiring properly, I may or may not add that relay. I don't know yet. We'll see how we go. To me, it's neither here or there. So pretty much I've shown you all you need to know to be able to do this yourself, for somebody who's already pulled door cards apart, pulled the stereo out and so forth, and you don't need to know any more information than what I've already shown you. But if you haven't done this before and you don't know how to take it all apart, then watch the rest of this clip and I'll show you how I put the stereo back in, so you know how to pull the stereo out and put the door card on, so you know how to take the door card off. This has taken me longer than it would normally take me, because I'm busy making a video about it. But if I wasn't going to make a video about it, I wouldn't have paused here and I wouldn't have just had it all open wide. I would have gone straight into it once I found out there's wiring and just done everything properly. So this is for YouTube purpose, to show everybody in detail what I've done and where I've gone. So now I'm going to start doing the wiring, and I'll just do little clips as it goes back together of what it looks like and how it's done. Okay, just for good measure of this clip, I put a relay in, and it didn't work out how I was hoping. So we've got the lock, and when you unlock you can feel the relay click, but when you go again it doesn't click again. And being an aftermarket, it already knows. The reason why it only clicks once is because it already knows that it's been unlocked. So if I lock this and then go unlock again, it doesn't work. I have to press lock and then unlock. So now it's unlocked, lock it, unlock doesn't work, lock and then unlock. So you can see it's only working once with the unlock. Same with the lock, it only works once. You can hear the clicking because it's tripping the relay to make the indicators blink, so you know that you're pressing the button and the blinkers flashing to let you know. But the signal to tell it to lock only sends once, and the signal to unlock only sends once. So you can see how that's only sends once. But other than that, it works fine. The only problem is Mitsubishi, you have to press unlock twice to unlock the whole car. So be it. As long as you can get in and out with central locking on the driver's door, there's no great drama of mine. To let other people in, just do that and unlocks the rest of the car. So since I went through the effort of terminating and so forth, I just put a bit of solder and tape on that, just to might as well finish that off and just leave that the way it is. And I'm going to start putting everything back together. And up here where I put the keyless entry, I'll call it central locking. I tend to do that. I mean keyless entry if I've said central locking. So I've put the keyless entry there. This cable tied it up. It's nice out of the way. It's not going to be in the way of the stereo going in. It's just nice and out of the way there. The two wires that go to the hazard switch, I've taken the tape back. I've soldered into the joint up here, and I've taped it all back up again just to make that all nice. Power, I've gone straight to the stereo line. Earth, I've gone to the frame down here, screwed down there. So that's nice and out of the way. This cable I was talking about before, that's supposed to be for the boot, it's brown with black trace, I think it was. Yeah, the brown with black trace that goes to the boot that I had connected down there. I was hoping that the reason why I had that connected was because I was hoping that if I was to use the boot function of it as a second option, it would unlock the rest of the car, but that didn't work. So I've just cut the ends off and tied it up here. I might even chuck a cable tie on that. And yeah, the pink one is supposed to be for going to an alarm system, which this car has an automatic. When it's locked, you see the security light come on, and that's armed anyway, so that's not needed. Go like this. Okay, so the pink one goes to siren, which is not needed. The green one goes to negative power for the window, so automatic window up function, which I'm not going to be connecting to this because I have to connect a relay for each door and run wires for each door. That's not going to happen. The brown one, goes to make the hazard lights flash. Red's the power. Red black is to the trunk or boot, and that didn't work out for me as a second unlock option, so that doesn't matter. Black is negative, and orange, and I've explained that already. both oranges you'd connect to power, or both yellows connect to earth, or just one or the other depending on how you're setting that up. I explained that earlier on. And it comes with in directions of how to use it all, and the phone decided to turn the light off because it's getting warm. But these instructions would only apply to this particular central locking, so that's kind of pointless reading that. But anyway, it's getting on. After all the soldering and taping and so forth, it's now a couple of hours later, so I'm going to finish this off tomorrow. Alright, so you can see I've got the covers off the boot lid here, and got to thinking last night before putting everything back together to make the whole car unlock instead of just the driver's door. The mechanism on the actuator on the back here also controls locking the car and unlocking the whole car. So I figured I'll go to this wire here. Now the color coding on here is red, blue and black, which then changes to brown, white trace and black. I'll follow that through to here, and that stayed the same color code here. So then I came down to here and had a look, and it turns out that the two wires you need to worry about is here next to each other. So you've got the blue yellow trace, and you've got the brown white trace, and that's lock, and that's unlock, and that's lock. And now the whole car works, and I'll just show you that quickly. So you've got the driver's door, unlock and lock, and the passenger side, unlock and lock. So that's the problem solved there. So it was easier than I thought. It wasn't that red wire with the yellow trace. That's the driver's door only. You go to this one here, the brown white trace, and that's all doors. So now I can put all this together and my job's done. Alright, so that's all in. This box is back up in place. I've just got these wires here cable tied out of the way so they're not interfering with anything. There's no pedals, no springs, nothing like that. These wires aren't going to be touching anything, so it's all safe there. And the box is just, keyless entry box is just mounted in there. The wires that I'm not using are just cable tied out of the way there. So she's all done and ready to go. To put everything back together. Okay, so next part is putting the head unit back in. So there's just 2 screws on the bottom, 2 screws on the top, and that's back in there now. Now put the cigarette lighter back in. Now put the ashtray back in. I never took it out. I just moved it forward enough to get to the screws at the bottom there. That's all I needed, but if I wanted to remove this completely, I'd have to unplug all the wires and everything, so I get the room I need to turn it around. But anyway, to put that back in, it's just a matter of clipping that back in, and then putting the tray back in here. And that's what holds that in place. Just needs a shift it up here. Okay. So with this one I have to lift that. The other, if I had the other console in here, you don't have to lift that. Okay, so that just all clips back in, and that holds all that firm in place there. I'll put that straight back in a second. And then the front vent, the top vent covers, they just got clips like this here, so you just pull them out, the whole thing pulls forward. But the same order I'm putting this back together, well, you could take this out first, or you could take that first out, doesn't matter. But this has to come off before you can get the ashtray out to get to the screws at the bottom, and that just pulls forward to get that out to get to the top screws up the top there. And that's pretty much all it is. Alright, so not too hard, anyone can do it. Right, so just to finish the clip off, this is the Aftermarket. So lock, and with the original lock and unlock, does the door driver's door only, then press again, unlock the whole car. You see how the lights behave differently as well between the aftermarket kit and the current kit. So lock, we'll do it with the back door, it's better. So you can see that's working on the whole car. That's lock and unlock. So I just unlocked the front door only with the genuine key fob, but the rest of the car is still locked. Press it again. And if you're wondering why I decided to install an aftermarket kit, is because this was not working for a long time, and while I was waiting for the aftermarket kit to arrive, I decided to pull this apart, and I found that it had 2 solder joints that needed redoing. Then I got the control working again and had to reprogram it again, and I thought, well, since I got the aftermarket kit anyway, I might as well make a clip about it, because I asked online. I'm a member of a couple of groups, Magna groups, and I didn't get any answers on how to connect up an aftermarket kit to a 2004 Magna TL. I just got things like, I didn't know that Magnas had remote keyless entry, and just nothing to do with help of where to find the central locking box so I could add my own kit, or nothing. So, and when I look online, I don't find any information about it either. So I just thought, this is a clip that's going to be well worth doing, so there's something out there and not a whole bunch of silly answers. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. Catch you next time.